Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you my ab workout for six-pack abs. I'll probably do only one exercise for my abs today, but I usually do another exercise, and this exercise are the leg raises. Usually for beginners it depends on your body fat, but if you can do them, probably the best exercise for starters is going to be the weighted sit-up. I would recommend for you to start with weighted sit-ups because you can actually pick the weight. On leg raises they are a lot harder, so you probably won't be able to do them unless you build strong enough abs first. So I'll start with my first exercise. I probably won't show you like every single set that I'm going to do today, but I'm also going to give you tips on each set before my sets. So let's start, and then I'm going to give you some tips on my next sets. So I'll be lifting 15 kilograms behind my head. I'll be holding a plate. This way I make sure that I'm really going to activate the potential muscle fibers that have the most potential for size. So let's start. Okay, I want to make sure that you can see absolutely everything because that's the point. First set finished. Now I'm going to rest a little bit. And then it's time for my second set. Okay, so before my second set, as I promised, I'm going to give you some tips. First of all, the range of motion is going to be very important. So you need to be doing the full range of motion on the weighted sit-up, as I showed you on my first set. As you can see, I'm going all the way down. I pause for a second and then I raise, I go all the way up. When I'm performing the full range of motion, I'm making sure that I'm working all the muscle fibers in my six-pack. As you can see, my abs are pumped up right now. I don't know if you can see, but my point is that it's not a good idea to do partials. It's not a good idea to skip the bottom of the movement. It's not a good idea to skip the top portion of the movement. The full range of motion is very important. It's key to really building a lot of muscle mass. Second tip I'm going to give you is make sure that you're training very hard on all of your sets. As you saw my previous set, my first set, I did a limit set, meaning I left no reps in reserve, meaning I wasn't able to do another rep because I actually know when I will fail the next rep, and training to failure is not necessary. But if you don't have the training experience, then it might be a good idea, but save training to failure for the safer exercises. For example, on sit-ups it's perfectly fine. On the bench press it's not a good idea. So don't train to failure on the bench press. It's a very bad idea. So let's start with the second set. Again, just to make sure that you can see absolutely everything. And let's start the set. So now, again, just take a look at how I'm doing the exercise. All the way up, all the way down, I pause, and then again all the way up. When I pause for a second, I make sure that I'm using no momentum. I'm making the exercise even harder. Okay, our set done. Let's check out the pump. So now a little bit more tips in regards to ab training. I would say the perfect frequency for every muscle group, I would say it's like twice a week. But again, maybe not for every muscle, but for muscles that you really care about and you really want to prioritize, twice a week is perfect. And it's a very good idea to use that higher frequency to do a little bit more volume. Obviously you can't just do a limited amount of volume, so we have to be a little bit smart here. So I would say 15 to 20 sets max for abs are going to be like perfect. All of them, they need to be very high quality sets, meaning you try to leave less reps in reserve on each set. So you're not doing a bunch of junk volume, because junk volume usually doesn't stimulate muscle mass, muscle growth. So that's why 15 to 20 sets in the 8 to 15 rep range. Some of your sets you can do close to 20 reps, but I would say don't drop below 8 reps. Okay, let's start with my third set. Let's check out the pump again. Also building very nice six-pack abs. It's not just about training. Obviously training is very important. You can't build muscle without training, but a lot of people, when it comes to abs, they miss the point of actually eating to gain size. I mean, when people are trying to build their chests, biceps, triceps, arms, shoulders, legs, they bulk, they eat more, they eat a little bit more calories, more food to gain some weight, to really build the muscles. But when it comes to abs, they don't really do the same. Obviously, a lot of people, just like I did in the past, they skip up training when they're bulking, and that's a big mistake, because you're not actually, you have to build the ab muscles. They're not any different. Again, they're a muscle, just like your chest, biceps. They're just a muscle, and you actually need to make it bigger. And no, it's not going to make your waist wider. Actually, that's genetics and body fat. It's just my genetics that obviously I'm holding a little bit more fat on my waist. And again, it's just the bones. But no, it's not going to make it like that. Actually, it's going to make it look a lot better, to be honest, not just a little bit. So you actually need to be in a caloric surplus for some time to actually build your abs. So don't treat your abs like they're just like body fat. Again, the abs, to really reveal them, you need to be leaner, but don't miss the point of actually building your abs first. You need to build them. So that's why you need to be training hard all the time, no matter if you're bulking or cutting. But you need to build your abs first, and then you can lower your body fat, and then you're going to really see them. But if you're building them up on a bulk, you're going to see them regardless of your body fat, just like I am right now. My body fat percentage is not that low, but again, you can see my abs. Again, I'm fairly lean, but I'm just making a point. Wait, forgot to do that on my previous set. I'm not going to forget again, so I'm sorry for that. So don't forget to actually focus on the building of the muscle first, because you're going to get leaner, but you're not really going to build that much muscle in a deficit, probably. Because people, they just want fast results. No, people, they want everything like in a week or 2 weeks, in 30 days. So their mindset is preventing them from building that nice six-pack. So they cut way too fast. They're not building any muscle when their deficit is way too big. So you're just going to get leaner, but when there's no muscle underneath, you're not really going to look that impressive. So I would say, think like long term. If you want to get ready for the summer, think long term. You probably won't be able to do it in 30-60 days. you need more, so start right now. Start right now, that's very important. I mean, it's like March right now, March 2025. If you start right now, do a swole bulk, build some muscle, or do a swole cut, you'll be ready in no time. Just follow my tips. You need to be training your abs twice a week, probably somewhere between 5 to 10 sets per workout. Start with sit-ups. Probably won't be able to do them with weights first, but do them with your body weight at the start. Work your way up. As you're building more and more muscle, you'll be able to lift more weight. And then you can add a second exercise, leg raises. Again, I'm going to show you how I'm doing leg raises, but not in this video. This video is more, I mean, this exercise is very important. So it's like the perfect scenario is going to be to do both exercises.